What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology wise. In this video, we're diving into how Google is using AI for Google Maps. So, without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and all of that fun jazz. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me and it helps us grow. And let's just dive into this video.
Behind this unmarked garage door, pulling out onto the streets of Palo Alto, California, is a fleet of cars mounted with cameras, helping Google to map the world, something it's now been doing for 20 years.
Here is where we're both repairing, building the cameras, keeping them maintained.
Google's cameras have taken billions of images to map millions of miles in more than 100 countries. And they've come a long way since Street View images first published in 2007.
This is our very first camera system. It's 500 pounds, and we needed a forklift to put it on top of the van.
By 2008, the 9 camera systems were 75 pounds, mounted on everything from snowmobiles to tricycles.
So this allowed us to open up Europe. Europe has a lot of pedestrian areas, and we can't drive through those.
In 2010 came 15 camera 50-pound spheres, wearable by backpackers, underwater divers, even camels. And in 2018 came an even lighter 40-pound system I tried wearing on my back.
This is like what it's like to backpack with a baby. Yeah. We went to Grand Canyon and Machu Picchu, places that you can only really walk into.
With more than 2 billion monthly users, Google Maps is the world's top navigation app. And now Alphabet-owned Maps is using.
I didn't know that Google was the top app for navigation. I figured it's better than Apple in some stances because sometimes I use Apple Maps and it doesn't work as well as Google's does. For me personally, that is a big shocker, but I guess Google's way more widespread. And another thing that I didn't notice is I didn't know about the backpacking stuff and things like that. I always thought it was just all the cars. I didn't really look at none of these images from like, hey, people wearing backpacks with this. I think it would be kind of funny if I saw that they got into Europe doing stuff like that and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Like this is why I like recording content like this, because you learn about different stuff. How many people knew that Google did that? I thought it was just the cars that they did it, and it being 500 pounds at first, they got it from 500 to 40. 500 on that big ugly van to 40. That is an improvement in technology right there. But let's continue on. I don't want to delay this any further. I want to figure out how they're using AI now.
Generative AI to keep ahead of the pack, with new consumer-facing features and AI analysis of billions of images to keep the map up to date.
We're making 100 million updates to the map every single day. It's phenomenal.
We went to Silicon Valley for a ride-along with Google's mapping fleet and a first-ever on-camera look at the Street View Service Center, where we sat down with the head of Maps to talk traffic, data privacy, and all the changes coming thanks to generative AI. There was a time when paper maps were king. Then it was MapQuest printouts and standalone GPS units from companies like Garmin and TomTom. Then in 2005, Google made a bold move into maps, following an idea from co-founder Larry Page.
This is where we started mapping. About 20 years ago, Larry drove down some of these streets with a video camera and handed it to someone and said, "Hey, what can you do with this?"
Maria Biggs has been with Google for more than 10 years. She drove us around its headquarters in a car equipped with the latest generation Street View camera, first introduced in 2022. It's the first Street View camera that can be used on any car rather than being built in.
As you can imagine, it's not tied to a specific car. We can rent a car, say like an island. So we're going to Hawaii with these next generation camera systems because we don't have to ship the whole car.
Street View cameras are a significant part of how Google gathers data for maps, but it also relies on satellite and aerial images, 1,000+ third-party sources, and info from local governments and directly from Maps users. All this allows it to offer maps in a whopping 250+ countries and territories. Now, the more nimble cameras are helping Google make updates to dozens of those countries and map at least 3 new ones: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Namibia, and Liechtenstein.
We can easily just take it to the next island without having to ship the entire car. And so some places that we haven't refreshed, collected in, say, 10 years, we're going to be able to easily move these cameras around.
It used to be an extremely manual pipeline for any digital map maker. But increasingly, you have these various IoT devices, this combination of sensing, processing.
More images and more detail from the new cameras also provide a rich data set for Google's AI models, resulting in a flurry of new consumer-facing features in the last couple years. One is Immersive View. Think of it like a supercharged version of Street View, using AI to fuse together billions of Street View and aerial images to show a lifelike preview of each step on the route.
We use the imagery and neural radiance fields, which is a generative AI technique, to actually take a photo and transform it into a 3D representation of a place. So almost like you can look into a restaurant, and we overlay the conditions, like what is the actual, how busy it is and what the weather might be, air quality.
And in October, Google announced a bunch more AI features. One major one, Maps, is now enabled with Gemini, Google's generative AI chatbot.
Where could I watch Sunday's football game while drinking a beer and bring my dog?
Here you go. There's all these places that show up.
I've been seeing a lot more of these. These asking it for very specific places that allow pets and things. I've saw that before. It's a cool idea and whatnot. The coolest part so far, what they said about these AI advancements, we're not going to go through all of this stuff on the maps. We only want to know about the AI stuff, even though it's all kind of technology wise, but this video is going to get extremely long if we do that. But also when they talked about like the weather and whatnot, what are we at? 508? Like around here when they he was talking, yeah, right here. They were talking about the weather and giving you this 3D printout of every step of what's going on. These are the current cars driving around on the road and things like that. Stuff like that seems extremely cool to me. I like stuff like that personally, but yeah, let's keep going.
A quick tap, you can learn about it.
Chris Phillips joined Google in 2021 to head up all of Geo, the division in charge of Maps. He showed us some of the newest AI features.
This place has 2,000 reviews. Kind of a lot of reading to do. We summarize it using Gemini for you right away.
Gemini is also enabling voice-activated reports in Waze, which Google bought in 2013 for $1.3 billion.
I'm gonna try it out. There's some construction up ahead.
Construction reported.
To get consumers to actually use these things, they need to be easy to use, and a voice interface is the best kind of interface that you can have in the cabin. It allows you to keep your eyes out on the road. It allows you to keep your hands on the wheel.
In Google Earth, Gemini is enabling custom visualizations that can help with high-level city planning tasks.
They might want to be thinking about where should we put EV charging stations in this area? And we can help them map quickly with looking at where's the current EV charging, what are the different stores and shops. They can overlay information around population and quickly do the surveying work and help them do that to make those decisions faster.
On public transit, there are now delay reports, alternate routes, and details like subway entrance locations. And in navigation, AI is enabling real-time reports of weather disruptions like unplowed roads, flooded areas, and spots with low visibility.
And then we have this new arrival experience where when you get to your destination, we can help you with not just where to park, but even that last step of walking along the way.
Literally on those little last few points that they just gave, Google is way better than Apple. Like Apple, they tell you where you park your car and stuff like that. But hey, when I arrive to a place, you know what I do when I go on a map and I want to know where to park? I look at the place I'm going to, and then I look for parking garages by it, especially when I go to cities. When I go to more rural areas and stuff like that, I don't really do all that. I just look for the place and, there's more places to park more likely. But when I go to cities, look up the place, then I zoom in on the map and look for parking around it. And then I just click on the closest parking thing that I can feel like I can walk from. And then that's what I just do instead. Rather than just going to the place and it's like, hey, you can park right here. Like it automatically updating, hey, park over here. And then you can walk the rest of the way. Like we know this is a city. Your parking is going to be hard to find around here. Or being able to city plan off of it and things like that. It's no wonder why they showed that chart in the beginning where Google is winning by this much, especially over Apple and iPhone users. This seems like a point that Apple is missed. Like Waze is also a part of Google. I guess a bunch of people don't use it since Google bought them out, but Waze is also helpful. I would put Waze above Apple Maps as well too, based on how everything works. Apple has so much work to do, but since everybody just uses their products, they don't invest in these certain areas. And they would be so much more successful if they did. They would. If you guys don't agree with me, let me know. I know a bunch of people watching this probably have an iPhone and whatnot. There's a bunch of things that Apple could do to help compete with Google. These are why, like, what are you guys afraid to invest the money into it? Because Google already does it so much better than you and whatnot. Where's your fighting spirit to compete? Come on now. That's what I want to know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below because Apple's not going to tell me what they think. I think that's amazing how they're using AI to do all those kinds of stuff and whatnot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, and that really means a lot to me. It means a lot, really. Also, if you want to request some videos, send me an email on some topics or video links from YouTube or whatever at my email down in the description below at it's devtalkspod@gmail.com, and just send it that way. I'll try to record as many stuff from there as possible. So the more you guys send, the more videos I put out for you guys, and hopefully we get this on a daily basis soon. But also, if you want to see more videos like this, click the video that pops up right about now. Really appreciate you guys. Peace. See you next